my entire high school with just princesses? Of course not. Let's add to our high school roster with Marvel characters as high school teachers. And you don't see chemistry and physics. No, you don't, because Iron Man teaches that. Tony Stark teaches chemistry and physics, and a lot of times the lab blows up. But that's not his fault. It's not his fault. It just happens. Nick Fury, he is our superintendent of the entire, he shows up and a lot of people get a little nervous that he's there, but nobody really knows why he's there. That's the superintendent. Next, we have Captain America. He teaches U.S. history and U.S. history only. He does not teach world history, or it's just U.S. history. He's trying to do an AP U.S. history, APHG type course as well, but that hasn't been approved yet. Peggy Carter, she teaches criminal justice, specifically law enforcement. She's teaching students the road to law enforcement. And side note, we have a criminal justice teacher on our campus, and he's amazing, and all the kids just clamor to take his class. He teaches the full day. It's awesome. Okay, Black Widow, foreign language, Russian specifically. She's trying to get into an AP Russian and AP literature class for Russian, but so far it hasn't come across. Also, she works very closely with Snow White. They're together in the department, and you would think that they don't get along because Snow White is so happy and perky all the time and Black Widow not so much, but they're actually best friends and they hang out on the weekends. Hawkeye, he teaches math, geometry specifically, angles, trajectory, all of that stuff. That's where he is, and yes, there are sometimes classroom demonstrations using pencils and rubber bands. Hulk, biology, life sciences, but he teaches it as the Hulk from Endgame, right? The smart Hulk that's Hulk and Banner together, and it only scares the kids sometimes. Thor is PE. He teaches boys PE. And he works alongside Merida, and they both are coaches. She coaches high school basketball for the girls' team, and he coaches the boys' team. Her team outperforms his most of the time, but that's just because the balls tend to go missing. I don't know. Next, we have Spider-Man. He's a student teacher, TA for Mr. Stark. And remember how I said that the lab blows up a lot? Yeah, usually it's Spider-Man's fault, but Stark takes the heat for it. And then he just pays to get it all fixed and just all goes away. Loki, he teaches British literature and Shakespeare. He teaches a class on Shakespeare. It's kind of an elective course, and the kids really like the class, but they don't understand what he's saying most of the time. Falcon, he teaches the ROTC. He is our ROTC instructor. That's enough said. Bucky Barnes, he teaches sociology and psychology. He is also the department chair of that group, but he goes missing for long periods of time. They're not really sure why. Ant-Man, he is our in-school suspension coordinator. He works with Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is like the lead of the discipline office, but he actually manages the ISS room, and a lot of times the kids actually want to be in there instead of in class, so they will skip class to go to ISS because they play games and do stuff in there that they really shouldn't be doing. Okay, who else should I add to our high school roster?